Hello everyone. So in this today's video, we are going to see how we can use Cucumber.json file and the details inside it. How can we fetch the details and then create an execution summary and insert it into a database. Okay. So that is very much needed when you are working in a project, right? For example, in a month, you are running a lot of automation test cases. So you at some time maybe your stakeholder can ask you like how many test cases you have executed in a month, or you may need to publish some kind of report to them that these many are executed total and these many got pass fail, something like that, some kind of statistics. So that's why I have thought that okay, I will extend my previous video a little bit, and I will try to use the cucumber.json details and then try to insert into a MySQL database. Okay, so just to give a brief introduction, that is this video that I'm going to explain now, it is a continuation of previous two videos. So if you have not watched it, I would recommend you can watch it, because then only you will be able to understand like what we are trying to do here. Because we started with basic cucumber.json file, and then how we read the JSON file, how we extracted all the details, and then this is another video where I am going to explain you like how can we insert this into our MySQL database. Okay, so this is the coding that we did last time. I have added some more coding to incorporate these changes. Okay, so I'll explain that to you. Now before that, I would like to show you the database. So this is a MySQL database, okay, that I have created locally on my laptop. And here if you see, I have created one table schema. This is automation stat. This is the schema I have created, and inside this I have created one table which is called execution underscore summary. So this is the table where we are going to insert our data, and I have kept it very simple. You can add more columns as per your need, but the concept would be same, right? So that is fine. Now here I have created six columns, that is execution time. So this execution time will be our primary key, right? Because the execution time will never, I mean it will change for your every execution. So that's why I have kept it as a primary key. And then total scenarios, total pass, total fail, and then pass percentage, fail percentage. Okay, if I describe the table here, you would see here the execution time, it is one date time object. And it can this be null? No, it should contain some value, it cannot accept any null value. And this is our primary key. Okay, and all the other like total scenarios should be integer type, total pass integer, total fail integer, and pass percentage and fail percentage, it can be float type of variable. But none of this field can be left blank. I have that's why I have kept the null column as no. Okay, this is our database. Now I'll just show you the coding, because if I do live coding, it will, the video is becoming very large. So I'll just show you what addition I have done. So first of all, to connect to the MySQL database, you have to import the dependency. So in pom.xml, I have added this dependency. Okay, this is MySQL connector J, and the version is the latest version. You can find it here. This is the Maven central repository, and this is the dependency name. So you can copy this and then you can paste it into the pom.xml and then reload the pom, so the dependencies will be downloaded into your project. Okay, now in generate HTML report, this is the file that we were using in last time also. what I have done is, as because I need to insert 6 values here, right? These are the 6 values I have to uh, insert. Okay, now the execution time is something I need to calculate. It will be dynamic, and this total scenarios, total pass fail, pass percentage, fail percentage, we have already calculated it, right? So let me show you this. Yeah, this is the report we are generating. So we have this data, see this 6 to 4, this percentage, everything we already calculated earlier. We will just pass this value to a method which will insert this into database. Okay, so for that what I have done, you remember we had a method called get summary, sorry, this get report data. What this get report data did, so it basically returned me one list of hash map. Okay, and in this list of hash map I had this value, right? From the first, all this value I have, like forgot password page, and then 2200 something like that, and then at the end I had this row. Okay, so that means I have to fetch the last row of this variable. That means we have list of hash map of string comma string, so we have to get the last value. That is where we have the summary. So that is what I have done here. What I have done, after the report is generated from here, I have created a local date time variable. You know, this is the method in Java. This is inbuilt method in Java. You can get the current date and time, and then I have used date time formatter to put it into some format. So uh, the date time object that we have created in this MySQL, this date time object will accept in this format. Okay, so that's why I am formatting the local date into this format. Now to get the total scenario, you see what I have done here. This consolidated data format, from where I am getting this, from that get summary report, right? From here I am getting it. So I am using dot get, and then which index I need to find, that is the size of this -1, right? That is the index of my last row, and then dot get total scenario, because we have given the key value here. Similarly, this total scenario, pass fail, pass percentage, fail percentage, right? So that's why I'm fetching all this value in this format. Now total scenario is integer format, total pass integer format, total fail integer format, pass percentage, that is I have taken it as float, because that is the float type of variable I need to insert here for these two, and that's why I have taken it as float. And then I am calling one method called insert execution query. Now insert execution query, in this I am passing execution date time, total scenario, total pass, total fail, pass percentage, fail percentage. All this value I am passing here, and in this method I have I have written the code to insert the value into database. Okay, now this is the URL, right? This is our local host, because this is hosted on my laptop, and that's why this is the local host. Port is 3306, that is the default port. Okay, whenever you install, it will be installed on this port 3306. And then automation stat, this is my database name, sorry, the schema name, and then this is username password. So I have hard coded it here, but this is not the good practice. You either you have to keep it in some secret file, and then, or you have to encrypt it, but just for demo purpose I have mentioned here itself. Okay, but you should careful about this, you should not hard code it. Okay, now I have also hard coded the SQL statement. This is also again wrong. The SQL file should be somewhere as a different file, and then you should read it from there, and then you should on the dynamically you should um, append this value, right? Whatever value you are trying to insert, you should append it. But this is again I have hard coded it here. So insert into automation stat dot execution summary. This is our table, and then we have passed all the column name and then the execution. Sorry, I mean all the value. So this is our SQL statement, and then we are getting a connection. Okay, in this driver manager dot get connection. Here we need to pass this URL, username, and password, and then prepared statement equal to connection dot prepared statement, and then this execute update. Okay, this method will actually execute this query, and then it will give you like how many rows are inserted. Okay, and then I'm checking if rows inserted is greater than 0, that means at least one row has been inserted. I'm printing this value as execution summary inserted successfully, and then at the end statement close connection close. Right, this is the entire program that I have added. Okay, so now let's see. What I'll do is I will execute it from the scratch. Okay, so I'll basically use this. Let me check what is inside here. Yeah, so I will execute it using Maven command. So it will actually execute all the tests. It will open browsers and it will execute all the tests. And at the end, using this exec Java, which I also explained in my previous video, using this, we are going to call this generate HTML report, because in this pom.xml, using this plugin, we are calling this particular method. So what will happen once all the executions are completed, at that time this exec maven plugin will be activated and it will call this, and then using the Cucumber.json file that is generated here, it will read all the data and then it will enter into the database. Okay, so okay, let me run it now. Started the execution, it's compiling the all the files. Okay, now the test is being triggered. I have kept two threads in parallel, so you see there are two threads will be opened in parallel. Yeah, this is the first browser and this is another second browsers. There are two browsers opened, and now the test will be executed. I have just kept some simple demo steps, but after that let's see what happens. Two are completed, another two will be executed now. Yeah, so execution completed. Perfect, so you can see that execution here, you see report generated successfully, and also execution, there is some warning I am getting, but that's fine. Let's see what is execution summary inserted successfully, whether this is inserted in the database or not. Okay, okay, so select star. Yeah, you see this is the current timestamp. Total 6 scenarios, 2 pass, 4 fail. Pass percentage 33.33 and fail percentage 66.67. Perfect. So that's fine. Now what I'll do is, as because we have cucumber.json file here, I'll just try to rerun it directly from here so that it will take less time. I'll not trigger it from the scratch. Rather, I'll run it as main function, and it is the same thing. It will read this cucumber.json file, and this time again, perfect. So this time again, it should enter another entry here. Yes, you see, this is the current timestamp, and it has inserted another row. So see how cucumber.json is powerful, right? We can read the data, and then we can maintain one execution summary. So in whatever company you were working in, that company you can check for this kind of database. Like in my company, I have a similar, I have a separate database in QA that we use to store the execution summaries, and really it helps a lot. There are many more usage of this database that we can use for, and the same thing in the like from cucumber.json file we can read many data. For example, we can read execution time of a test case, right? We can also insert the failed test cases in a separate table, okay, in the database. And then we can basically analyze. Let's say you have 1 month of data or 6 months of data, and then you can analyze like what are the test cases are failing more, right? So that you need to fix that, you need to optimize it. So it helps a lot, seriously. Maybe I'll make some more video on it, like what other purposes we can use for. uh, so that is what I wanted to show. Okay, thanks for watching. And yes, if you have not watched the previous two videos, then maybe this program you can, this is in that previous videos I have actually explained it properly. I have done live coding, all this coding I have done from beginning. So that's why I am just suggesting you can watch that video, and then you should understand entire thing. Okay, that's all from my side. Thanks for watching.